I think it's also a problem in the 1994 film and maybe the 1949 film. So she just continued this long tradition of romanticizing Laurie. There's no excuses for that.
No, not at all. And this is not like, I think in general Laurie is a good character, but it takes him a while to get to be a great character. But they all got flaws, you know, but he just seems to be the one that really is like stand out, and to the point of like, okay, that's very problematic, dude. You know, during this day and age, if you did at least one of those things that Laurie did, a girl would be like, just dump him, girl. Don't even bother, you know. But yeah, like I said, they don't put focus on that, and I think it's a shame, because when he does propose to Jo, and I do have a little thing I want to mention about that. I'll get to that in a moment. When they portray his like heartbreak, it's like, oh, poor Laurie, but it's like, no, it's not really poor Laurie, because you've had so many signs leading up to Jo being like, I can't or I won't, because you clearly didn't get the hints before. And I've seen some people that have said, you know,
I wanted to let you all know that A Little Woman podcast now has merchandise available at society6.com/littlewomanpodcast. There you will find stickers, posters, mugs, and t-shirts to fulfill all your Little Woman needs. Come and check it out. Link is also in the description. And now, to the podcast.
Jo was so mean to him during the proposal, and it's like, not for nothing, but wouldn't you be too if after all those years, him trying to like, you know, flirt with you and like kind of try to kiss you and whatever else, and you're just like, in the nicest way, no, and then you just being so fed up with it. Like, I don't blame her at all.
Well, in the book, the reason why Jo goes to New York is because Laurie was harassing her. Like,
yeah. And that was what I was going to say, is that I hate when the movies do the proposal before New York, because it seems like she's just trying to like walk away from like heartbreak, or like, oh, I can't watch poor Laurie be sad. And it's like, no, she left before proposal happens, because she wants to get away from him, so that way he can be like, all right, just take time, try to, maybe after some time away, you know, you can figure out that you don't really care for me as much as you think you do. And that's why when she comes back, she's just like, you know what, I'm done. Yeah, I don't like it when the movies kind of switch it, because I feel like it does it almost in a way to be more sympathetic to Laurie rather than sympathetic to Jo.
Was that the same in the 2017 series?
I think that's probably the only version that I can think of that actually did it the right way.
Yeah. He proposed to her after she came back from New York.
Yeah.
I still think he was very romanticized in that version as well.
And it's so important that it happens after New York, because, again, it's one of those moments where it's sort of like you sort of have an inkling that maybe she has a lot more feelings for him than you think she does. But the other version that actually does it correctly is the BBC version, the 1971. Because in both of those versions, they both say like, you know, oh, don't tell me you fell for that old man. And it's like, that's such an important moment, because it's Jo standing up for Friedrich and saying like, don't talk about him like that. And like getting that sort of like first inkling that maybe she has a lot more feelings for Friedrich than you would think she does. And standing up to Laurie, who has been her friend for many years, and pretty much saying, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. He is as dear a friend to me as you are. Like, I think it's very important in showing the development of Jo and Friedrich's relationship, is that one little moment where she sort of is like ready to just tear Laurie apart, because how dare he say something poorly about her Friedrich.
Yeah, and if he's her friend, he should respect her. But there are a lot of indications that he doesn't. Like before Jo goes to New York, there's that time when he's low-key trying to flirt with her, and she clearly says no. And then before that, a couple of years before that, when Beth gets sick for the first time, I think he's trying to kiss her, and then she says no. And she's 16. And when she goes to New York, then she just starts to develop these feelings for Friedrich. So it's just this natural way of things that she would reject him. I think one of the things that most people miss in Little Woman, even some people who read the novel too, is that it also happens to Laurie that when he's with Amy, he sort of starts to become more independent, which is not the way his and Joe's relationship works, because he was looking her to be his nanny or somebody who taught him what to do. But then with Amy, he sort of becomes more